Hello class, it's been a little while, but things have been going so well. I'm really impressed with everyone's work on the boards. It's been great, reflective, deep discussions. I hope you don't mind that I play a little devil's advocate sometimes and I ask questions to try to stimulate discussion. It doesn't always mean that I'm a bad guy. So I have a couple things to talk to you about. First, there is no right answer for anything that we're doing in this module. You have to decide for the context of your scenario and your learning community what the 5 most important conditions are. And that's what's going to go in your paper. So I just want to help a little bit with that. Let's say that 2 of my conditions are common purpose and reflective dialogue. I'm just going to pick 2. I might have 3, I might have 5, but those are 2 that I feel strongly about. I also, after doing all the reading and all the boards, which most of you have worked through, I like developing norms as a strategy, a condition to reach common purpose. And I like building trust as a strategy for reflective dialogue, because I think that condition needs to be in place. So I'm going to draw an arrow from one to the other in my paper to say common purpose leads to, is built by developing norms. They're related. And if I do building trust, I'll have a better time with reflective dialogue. But then I think, norms could probably also help us build trust. So they're related. And in that case, this is not a linear connection, it's a web, because reflective dialogue then also would be helped by developing norms. Now you could make a case that they're all related. I only want you to do it with the ones that are really obvious or really significant. Otherwise your paper is going to get way too long. But one condition may influence more than one characteristic, and it's okay if they don't. One characteristic may only have one condition that supports it. Try to make sure that don't try, but have every single one of your characteristics supported by at least one condition. Other things, the discussion board, some of you have some really good text. I have no objections at all for you to take and lift and cut and paste what you put in the discussion board directly in your paper. That's the purpose of the post that most of you haven't touched yet, so that you can write it out on the boards, get some feedback from me, get some feedback from your peers, and then put it in the paper. Hey, they're your words. You own them. So just insert the appropriate citations and you'll be good to go. Finally, you need to at least schedule your interviews as soon as you can. If you can conduct them sometime in the next week or 2, that would be great. But at the end of the 3rd module, you're going to have to turn in a summary of the interview. That would be really tough to do if you haven't conducted the interview. Hopefully you're noticing that everything in the class layers, and that I've tried to design all of your work so that it builds toward our final project, which is making an action plan. After we assess where your hypothetical or real scenario is, we need to decide, what are we going to do? How are we going to implement the conditions? So start thinking about that, but don't get too panicked yet. I'm really proud of everyone. If you haven't made a learning log entry, you need to make one. And if you haven't been on the boards with all of the posts, please get on there. I really want to thank everyone for replying to my posts and having discussion. It's been great. I think that's all for now. If you have any questions, text, call, email, post, and I'll get to it as fast as I can. I hope you have a nice day. Enjoy the snow Thursday morning and enjoy the 70 degrees today. Wow, that's crazy. It must be some kind of learning community in charge of the weather.